So, guys, here we are, part three, three, as the American do, the Americans does, right? Part three of the matches, best matches, the wish list, the must do, the to do list about the matches of 2023. Just had a dinner because I started speaking about Hangman against Swerve Strickland, but my phone died. The battery of my phone died. I spoke 5 hours to this moment about professional wrestling today. I'm happy about that. I will hope that you are happy too to listen to me speaking about the best thing on the fucking planet about professional wrestling. And I spoke about Sting and Darby against Swerve and Christian Cage. I spoke about MJF and Darby and Bryan Danielson the Iron Man match, MJF and Kenny, and I was starting speaking about Hangman against Swerve in the Texas Death Match at Full Gear. And as I said, and the video didn't recall that, it's one of the most violent and brutal matches that you can see ever in your life, and one of the most brutal and that defining matches of the year. So, match number 7 is Hangman and Swerve Strickland. We are in the last 7. What to say about this match? I voted in the award video this match as the most violent and oh my god match of the year. This is pure carnage, and as I was trying to say, this match made Swerve Strickland from the match in Kia Forum Center, from this Texas death match to this day. I think every AEW fan, every pro wrestling fan in the world started to see, to watch, and to have perception of Swerve Strickland as a main event star in AEW, as a future and palpable world champion in AEW. And as the story of the devil of MJF is starting to grow, I really think that Swerve Strickland might be the devil. I don't know if Samoa Joe will defeat MJF, but if Samoa Joe is not the one that will take out the title, take off the title from MJF, that will defeat MJF, I think Swerve will be another possible name to do it. And this match made Swerve Strickland as a main eventer. As I said, the scene in which Hangman Page was drinking Swerve Strickland blood is one of the most violent, insane scene that I have ever seen in my entire life, and the match in itself it's insane. Many said that it's the best Texas death match of all time. Not in my opinion. And we will speak about the best Texas death match of all time in some minutes right now. The match was insane. The end was not so epic in my opinion, with Prince Nana, Brian Cage, the rival Brian Cage, etc. But the match itself, the violence that these two marvelous guys achieved is something incredible. Incredible is the right word, I think. So, the match is really a must watch from 2023. Hangman Page is, in my opinion, the ace of AEW. If if we don't count the big name, the legends, the icons, the sacred monster of AEW, so John Moxley, so Bryan Danielson, Kenny Omega, the guys that were already famous before AEW, I think Hangman Page is the guy in AEW, is the first guy that won the AEW World Championship, that won a World Championship in AEW, and that has never been a World Champion outside of AEW. So he's the first AEW World Champion that didn't win a World Championship outside of AEW, Ring of Honor, or New Japan. And I still think that even if MJF is right now the guy, the franchise player of AEW, I still think that the ace of AEW for the future on is Hangman Page. And he's Mr. Texas Deathmatch. And Swerve Strickland defeating Hangman Page is the status of Strickland being a future world champion for sure in all elite wrestling. We have to go on. The show must go on, guys, and we are in the last 6 matches. What you say? Right now, we speak about Roman Reigns against Cody Rhodes, WWE Undisputed Universal Championship, WrestleMania Sunday. SoFi Stadium, Los Angeles, California. Oh my God. What to say about this match? I think that what I have to say about this match is the opposite from what I said about MJF against Bryan Danielson in the Iron Man match at Revolution, because as a match itself, Roman Reigns against Cody Rhodes is not a great match as a wrestling match, you know. But the main event of WrestleMania this year was so important for me, and it's so high in my ranking, if you want to say, because it gave me one of the most shocking moments ever. I entered WrestleMania, I went into WrestleMania, and the thing that I was waiting most of all was Cody Rhodes defeating Roman Reigns, winning the Undisputed Universal Championship. So I was waiting that moment. I was so sure about this result. I thought that Cody Rhodes was the perfect man to dethrone Roman Reigns. And the fact that Roman Reigns defeated Cody was a shocking, one of the most shocking moment that I have ever lived in a wrestling ring. I was so sure about that, and Roman Reigns defeated Cody with the help of Solo Sikoa, and went on to declare itself as the Tribal Chief with 1,000 days as WWE and Universal Champion. And I think that this match represent at best what makes WWE great when WWE is great, because the last few moments of this match are some of the most epic and dramatic moments ever. The moment in which Cody Rhodes did the first crossroads, the second crossroads, I was at the edge of my bed. I was watching on my bed this show. I remember because I had some allergic problem. You know, I had some cold, and I didn't feel so well. And I remember being on the edge of my bed, waiting for Cody Rhodes to do the third crossroads and win the championship and defeating and dethroning Roman Reigns. That did not happen, and I was so pissed and so shocked, but in a positive way, because it was a shocking moment, but a real emotional moment. And this is the opposite of the match between Danielson and MJF. The match between Bryan Danielson and MJF, as I said a few moments ago, in the second part of this video, or this ranking, for the 59 minutes is quite possibly the best match of the year. The end was not so enjoyable for me. This match was not a great match between Cody and Roman, also because Cody and Roman are not two great workers like MJF and Bryan Danielson are. But the final moments were so thrilling, so dramatic. And Cody Rhodes didn't finish his story, and this is incredible. It is incredible that Roman Reigns is still the WWE Universal Champion to these days. And I don't know how the things will end up, because I think that CM Punk could can easily win the Royal Rumble in next January. Um, but I think that if CM Punk wins the Rumble, he will face off Seth Rollins. I don't know if against who Roman Reigns will go on. I hope that someone will dethrone Roman Reigns, because I think that the reign is going too far and it's becoming boring, predictable, and I really, really, really think that this one was the last great main event, last great title defense, and I think the last great main event for WWE. Because we had the War Games, we had um, Jake against Roman, we had the Bloodline Civil War that I saw live in Money in the Bank. But this one was the last great dramatic main event in the history in the last year of WWE. And I think that from that point, the Roman Reigns reign became too much boring. It was already saturated, but it became really, really, really monotonous. So I don't know if someone will dethrone Roman Reigns and who will be, but that night was really, really special, and I will never forget this match, this main event. Uh, this match made me feel WrestleMania again. Mm, because WWE is not famous for the wrestling quality, it's famous for the magic moments and the drama. And this match had all that star power, all that the end of the all, the big moment, big drama, and big epic star power that two great stars like Cody and Roman Reigns can bring. It was great. It was really great. So we are now in the last five matches of this incredible list. You just made the list, and the match number five. So as I said in the part one, it's not a ranking about the best matches. It's not a real rank. It's not first, second, third, four, and five. But in the last seven, connecting the matches in the last 10 matches, I think I am really sure that are the best matches of the year. So as I said, from Sting and Darby, from Edge and Finn Balor in the Hell in a Cell to the end, I'm sure that are, in my opinion, my personal 10 best matches of the year. The other matches that I put on and I spoke about are some of the best matches. In this case, are my 10 best matches. So, as I said, the seven is Hangman against Swerve Strickland. We have Roman against Cody. Right now, we are in the top five, and I'm sure about this as my favorite matches of the year. Number five, it's MJF against Darby Allin, against the Jungle Boy, against Sammy Guevara. AEW World Championship on the line, Fatal 4-Way, AEW Double or Nothing, T-Mobile Arena, 4 Pillars, 4-Way match, as it was called, because it was a Fatal 4-Way between the 4 pillars of AEW. As I showed you before, I am dressing on with the 4 pillars t-shirt, okay? And this is my 5th best match of 2023. Why? Because for many reasons this match was a masterpiece, and I will explain you why. First of all, I am a huge AEW fan, as I told you, and this match made me feel the soul, the spirit, the feeling that AEW represent. So 4 marvelous young, incredible, talented wrestlers that build a company to create a future for professional wrestling that is better, that is a promised land for professional wrestling, like AEW. AEW is the promised land of pro wrestling. And these 4 are the 4 cornerstone of AEW, are the 4 young guys that has been there since the beginning. And it's incredible that in the 5th anniversary of AEW, because we have Double or Nothing 2023, and the first show of AEW has been Double or Nothing 2019. In the 5th anniversary, we have this match. That is a celebration about what AEW has done of good in professional wrestling, and I think that connecting the dots and speaking in general, AEW has done only good things for pro wrestling. And one of the best thing that has done is creating new stars, new young blood that can bring the passion of professional wrestling to another level. And these four guys are the top guys that can speak and can represent this feeling. We have MJF, the AEW World Champion, that is in the run of the lifetime. We have Darby Allin, we have Jungle Boy, and we have Sammy Guevara. And this match was so special because it was in the anniversary of AEW. It was in Double or Nothing in Las Vegas, and the story about this match was so great. Was so great on how they build up the match from the Dynamite poster Revolution in Winnipeg to the match itself. Uh, the story was great, the drama, the build up, and what this match represent was so great. I watched this match in May with this T-shirt on, and the performance in the match, the build up was phenomenal. The performance in the match was really, really, really insane. It was like a tango, like a perfect ballet between four marvelous young athletes. I loved the final interaction between MJF and Darby Allin. I loved every sequence between Darby Allin and MJF. Every second, the final moments were insane. Every moment when MJF and Darby Allin wrestled each other was really, really incredible. And it was great. It was great. It had every aspect of the game that AEW represent has been inserted into this match was inside this match. And the only two bad, I think this could easily be the match of the year. It's not in the top three because the match that follows are too big, too great, too spectacular. And also because two little thing wasn't so great in my opinion in this match. The first thing is that Sammy Guevara was billed as a jackass in this story. So I think that the contenders were four, but the only two that could win was two, MJF and Darby Allin. The others were kind of winning, not really into the match. Jungle Boy wasn't into the match as a winner, and Sammy Guevara was out of the game, in my opinion. And the other bad thing about this match, the only other bad thing about this match was that it wasn't the main event of the show. I didn't understand why Tony Khan decided to put this match as the pre-main event and not the main event. I thought that this was the perfect main event for Double or Nothing 5th anniversary, and they put Anarchy in the Arena as the main event. I can understand that for how the Anarchy in the Arena was built as a really chaotic match. Following that match was impossible because for the carnage, the chaos, and everything else. But I really, watching the pay-per-view, watching Double or Nothing, I thought that this should have been the main event, and it wasn't, and I was a little upset about that. That's it. But for the rest, the performance of the four was insane. The Fab Four, because I went to, how is it called? Abbey Road. I went in Abbey Road last summer, the famous recording music studios for music that the Beatles made famous with the Abbey Road walk. And I wrote on the wall of the Abbey Road a consideration about the real Fab Four that, in my opinion, are MJF, Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, and Jungle Boy, the four pillars of AEW, because these four are the Fab Four of professional wrestling, and this match proved this fact and proved that the future of professional wrestling is brighter and look amazing and better than ever. and this match was the proof about that. So we are in the final four. What to say about the next match? The fourth best match of 2023, in my opinion, is Hangman Page against Jon Moxley. Texas Deathmatch, AW Revolution 2023, Chase Center, San Francisco. For me, this match was the best match of the Revolution card, one of the best pay-per-views of the year. It was even better than MJF against Bryan Danielson, okay? And in some points, in some ways, I think that this could easily be my favorite match of the year in some ways. Because I think that the next matches that I will talk about are really personified as matches. But this match between Hangman and Jon Moxley is, in my opinion, the best Texas Death match ever. Better than the one between Swerve and Hangman in Los Angeles. And also was one of those matches that made me feel wow about a match. I remember watching the show live in March on my couch and really getting involved into the match and getting the goosebumps about this match, about this insane match, about this insane performance between Jon Moxley and Hangman Page. I think that this is the best Jon Moxley match of 2023. Is the best, and it's the best Jon Moxley match from 2023, and I really think this is the best match from Hangman Page ever. Even better than the match that he had with Kenny Omega in Full Gear 2021, because the victory for Hangman Page here was so important, more important than a title. This match means more for Hangman Page than winning the AEW World Championship, because he defeated Jon Moxley, the ace of AEW, that at that point was basically unbeatable, because I don't know, I think that Hangman Page is the second or the third wrestler that defeated Jon Moxley clean inside the ring. The first one is, I think the first one is CM Punk, right? And the second one is Hangman Page, and that's incredible. At that point, Jon Moxley was unbeatable, was the king of the jungle in AEW. And he defeated him. He defeated him in his own game with the Texas Death Match, and the match itself was insane. The build-up of the match was incredible. The personal feud, the rivalry, the promo package before the match with Jon Moxley, with on a hoodie of Big Japan Pro Wrestling was incredible. And speaking about the Texas Death Match, speaking about his legacy, and with Hangman Page ready to fight. I remember René Paquette speaking about this match as a therapy for each other, because with the violence, the brutality, and the blood in this match, they can both men could reach some peace of mind, And I think it's true. I think that some men must go through war to understand peace. And Jon Moxley and Hangman Page are both the two guys that embody this speech, this quote that I just said. The match is insane. Is my fourth favorite match of 2023, and is my fourth favorite match of the year, in a year full, really, really full of insane, incredible matches. And 2023, it's really the best year that I have ever had in pro wrestling. I did this long, incredible list, and this incredible thinking back about all the matches, and thinking back about all the hours that I watched wrestling I watched wrestling during 2023. It's incredible how many emotions, how many moments this marvelous business gave me, and it's incredible how many memories and moments I will keep to myself forever, and this match is one of those. from two of my favorites and two of my favorite wrestlers and two of my favorite persons in the entire world, really. So we are in the top three, and if you watched my award video, you already know about this list. And but I have to say it, the third best match of 2023, in my opinion, is the first match, the first best match of the year in a chronological order. So Will Ospreay against Kenny Omega in Tokyo Dome for Wrestle Kingdom 17 for the IWGP US Championship. So Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, IWGP US Championship, Wrestle Kingdom 17, Tokyo Dome, Tokyo, Japan, is my third best match of the year, number three. Why? Because this match is one of the best matches that you can ever see in your life. And the incredible thing about this match is that I waited when they announced this match, when Kenny Omega challenged Will Ospreay at Power Struggle 2022. I was excited, okay? And I was waiting this match, and I thought to myself, this will be the best match that I can ever see, really, because this is the dream match of all dream matches. Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, the two greatest gaijin in the history of Japanese professional wrestling, one against each other in the Tokyo Dome, in the Mecca of Japanese professional wrestling. The two most decorated gaijin ever, one against each other. And one is I think the one Will Ospreay is another version of Kenny Omega, in the sense that when Kenny Omega left New Japan Pro Wrestling, he left a big hole, a big black hole, and two big shoes to fill in for New Japan Pro Wrestling as the best American gaijin, the best American wrestler of the company. And Will Ospreay took that torch, took that name, and carrying on that legacy, creating his own legacy. And the one against each other was the perfect dream match for me. And this match was insane. But the fun fact about this match is that the first time that I watched it, I was happy, I was excited, and I thought, oh my god, this match was insane. But it was different from how I imagined the match in my mind before watching it, because I thought, coming into the match, I thought this will be one of the best masterpiece, the best in ring performances that I will ever see in my life. And in reality, it was a bloody war, a violent match between two great athletes, but that hate each other, you know. And the incredible thing about this match is that for the 80% of the match, it was dominated by Kenny Omega. And I never thought about that before the match. So I was happy. I knew that I was watching Classic, but I was really a little bit upset about the evolution and how they created and put on the story of the match. I rewatched the match before Forbidden Door in Toronto, and I thought, okay, this is the best match ever, really. I don't know, because the first time that I watched it, I was happy, but I was a little shocked about how they created and built up the match, you know. It was different from the way that I imagined it. And after watching it for a second time, before Forbidden Door, I thought, this is the best match ever. Kenny Omega is, I thought to myself, Kenny Omega is basically the god of pro wrestling, really. He's the greatest wrestler that I have ever seen. It's perfection. And the fun fact about Kenny Omega is that he's amazing, but when he goes to Japan, he goes in Tokyo Dome, he's a fucking god. He's not a man, he's a fucking god, he's a fucking machine, he's the best boot machine, really. It's not a nickname, it's not a chat phrase, it's not a nickname, it's the reality. He's really the god of professional wrestling. and this match proved it. So, number 3, Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, IWGP US Championship, Wrestle Kingdom 17, Tokyo Dome, Tokyo, Japan, New Japan Pro Wrestling. Match number 2. The second part of this story is Kenny Omega against Will Ospreay, IWGP US Championship. For the show is Forbidden Door, Scotia Bank Arena, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. All Elite Wrestling is the company. So, we had the Tokyo Dome, and we had the rematch of the Tokyo Dome. And I think that the rematch was the match that I expected in the first place in the Tokyo Dome. As I said a few minutes ago, I was a little upset about how the match in the Tokyo Dome went in the first place. The second one was really perfection. I think that Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay Part 2 is quite possibly the second best match that I have ever seen in my life, after my favorite match ever. That is the tag team match of the Elite at Revolution 2020 between Hangman, Omega, and the Bucks. And this match is incredible. It's incredible because I don't know how to explain it, but I loved the match. I loved the moves, the sequence, the interaction, the chemistry. I loved the evolution because in the first Tokyo Dome, Don Callis was at ringside chanting for Kenny Omega. In this case, it was against Kenny Omega. He was against Kenny Omega, and this played a big role in the match. But I think that the greatest thing about this match is the big crescendo that this match was. They started as a technical masterpiece, a technical wrestling match with armbar, arm lock, arm drag, with the chain wrestling, mat wrestling. They build up the match. They created, and from that point, the match became a war, going outside with Kenny Omega doing a DDT to Will Ospreay on the steps with a power bomb on the announce table, and from that point, the match was like a timing bomb. A bomb that exploded bigger and bigger and bigger. And we had a wrestling match, then we had the outside match with the DDT and other stuff. It became, at some point, it became a shoot fight with Kenny Omega trying to break Will Ospreay's arm. And then we had the epic final moments that, in my opinion, are some of the best moments that I have ever seen in a wrestling ring, with the Don Callis interference, with Will Ospreay using a screwdriver on Kenny Omega, doing the Stormbreaker with the rope break, with the one wing angel from Will Ospreay to Kenny Omega kicking out at one, and then in the end the incredible Tiger Driver 97, Storm Driver 93, whatever the fuck you want to call it, Tiger Driver or Storm Driver 93 from Will Ospreay, and then the second Stormbreaker that ended the match. I think that, as I said a few minutes ago, speaking about the match in the Tokyo Dome, Kenny Omega, the wrestling world and us as a fans have always a big expectation on Kenny Omega. I really think that Kenny Omega is the greatest wrestler that ever lived. I think it's the best. There is no one that can do what Kenny Omega does. And every time there is a big match situation with Kenny Omega in the Tokyo Dome or in the AEW pay-per-view, you have a big expectation, and I think it's really difficult every time to match that expectation. In this case, it's one of those cases in which the expectation, the reality exceeded expectation, because I thought into myself, this will be a great match, but it will be outshadowed by Okada and Danielson. I really thought, coming into the pay-per-view, I thought, this Will Ospreay and Omega will be a great match, but Okada and Danielson will be the great stuff in this pay-per-view. I was wrong. This match was a masterpiece, was really gold. It's incredible. I watched it once. I never watched it back, but and I think that, but you can watch it 1,000 times and really still be surprised, still have goosebumps about this marvelous masterpiece that these two phenomenal athletes put on that night. So we are in the end of the ride, and I am so happy to say that my match of the year is a match that I saw live. As I said in my award video, in my award video of the year-end award video, the match of the year for me is MJF and Adam Cole, AEW World Championship, AEW All in London, Wembley Stadium, London, England. Why for me is so important to do this video? Why for me is so important to say the things that I said during this video? Because 2023 has been a special year for me because of for every wrestling fan, but I think for me in personally because I went live to the biggest show of the year, and not because I went to WrestleMania, that is the most important show of the year every year, but because I went live to All in London, that has been the biggest wrestling event ever. And I'm so proud to say that the match of the year for me is MJF against Adam Cole for the AEW World Championship in the main event of All in London. Why? Because that match is so special for me. If you... I did this photo. I was in a row 5 or 6, row 6 I think, and I did this photo because and it represent my happiness in reality. You know, the funny things about this match is that as I said before, I came into Wembley not thinking about this match. It wasn't the match that I was waiting the most, because I was waiting for Punk against Samoa Joe. I was waiting for FTR against the Bucks. I was waiting for seeing Kenny Omega live. I was waiting for many things. This wasn't my biggest expectation. I didn't enjoy a lot the storyline between MJF and Adam Cole about the Better Than You, because it was too much about friendship, too much about comedy. And it wasn't. I was a little upset that this was the main event of the show, because in my opinion, for being the biggest event ever, you have to have a main event that it's different from this. In reality, when this match happened, it happened to be one of the best, if not the best match that I have ever seen in my life, and that I have ever seen live. Why? Because the story was so great. The story that they told in the ring was so great. Every move, every moment, every expression, every sequence meant something in the ring. Everything was meant to make it a great masterpiece for storytelling. And because in reality, the message, the feeling that I got from this match is that as the Beatles told, and as the Beatles song said, all you need is love. And in that night, in the main event of the biggest show of all times, in our lovely and loved London, love and friendship was triumphant against everything, because in the end, for how the story was told, these two marvelous athletes and these two friends celebrated each other, the love for professional wrestling, the love for AEW, and the love for each other. Because as MJF said after the match, you dream about being a world champion, and one day you are really world champion, and you have to share the spotlight with your best friend, and that's incredible, that's insane. And every moment was insane. I loved the story about MJF and Adam Cole wrestling in a tag team match in the buy-in against the OC Open, and I loved the end, the use of the double clothesline, the interference from Roderick Strong, and of course the magnificent way to end the match with a roll up, with a small package. And that's incredible. You know why? Because it was the best sportsmanship, quoting MJF, way to end the match, for sure. And second of all, it celebrated the legacy and the story of professional wrestling inside that great and sacred temple of sport, of British sport. Because in 1992, 31 years before this match, um, British Bulldog and Bret Hart competed in the main event of SummerSlam 1992, and the match ended with a roll up, ended with a small package from British Bulldog to Bret Hart. And I think that MJF and Adam Cole decided to end the match with a small package to celebrate the story and the legacy and the passing of the torch from that big show that from the to this point was the biggest show ever in Europe, to this great show that is All in London, that is the biggest show ever in the history of professional wrestling in Europe. And this is incredible. This is incredible. It was so incredible, living it, being there, watching it live. It was so emotional. It was the best. In reality, as I was upset coming into the show that this was the main event, as I was shocked and upset about this as the main event, this ended up to be the best way to end the show, the happiest way, the merriest way to end the show, and the perfect way to end the show like this, because in a night in which we celebrated professional wrestling more than ever, we ended the show celebrating AEW, celebrating the World Championship, celebrating two incredible athletes and two incredible friends. So we celebrated professional wrestling and the love for professional wrestling that keeps us together. It doesn't matter if you are Italian like me, British, American, Spanish, Canadian, Mexican, whatever the fuck you want. If you love pro wrestling and you are there, you feel that emotion and you are the same. You are the same one each other. We are friends because we share the same feelings for this beautiful form of art. So guys, we are in the end. I am a little tired. It's been a marvelous and incredible journey. I really loved doing this video. I am a little sorry for my English and for my cold because I don't know why, but I got some cold. But I was so happy to celebrate my love and my passion for professional wrestling with you, sharing it on YouTube. And I was so happy. I am always happy to do this video at the end of the year, but I am happier than ever to do it in 2023 because the celebration of the year is a celebration in which I have been part of, because I think that All in London has been the show, the moment. In 10 years, in 20 years, if we will think about 2023, we will think about All in London, the Wembley Stadium show, and I have been there, I was there. Okay, as you can see, I was there. I really was there, so I really was there. So the best, the most beautiful page. 2023 gave us so many great pages, full of emotion, story and wrestling quality. 2023 gave us so many pages full of moments, of incredible moments. But the most beautiful page was All in London, and I have been part of it. I was there to live, and to feel the feeling of Wembley Stadium, and to live the story of professional wrestling, the history of professional wrestling, to be part of the history of professional wrestling. So I'm really, really happy. I'm a little bit tired. Right now, we will go to take a shower, to eat some cookies, to drink some tea, maybe, okay? Some chamomile tea, and to watch NXT. I hope you will enjoy this video. It's an heritage and legacy for me. It's giving something back to to professional wrestling that give me so much. It take me out a lot of time and a lot of money, but give me back some. Give me back in emotion, passion, and love for life, and it's a way to give back to pro wrestling, something back to professional wrestling. Happy holidays, happy 2020, end of 2023, happy 2024. I have this feeling that 2024 will be even better than 2023. I don't know, we will see. I hope so. Or will be better, or at least good as 2023. And I'm so happy to be here to do this video. Killing the fucking business. Stay safe, and see you next time. Goodbye. Good night. Bang. Salute, and celebrate. For ending this video, I want to say another time that right now, that are the last days in 2023, we have to celebrate Jay Briscoe, Bray Wyatt, and Terry Funk that we lost during this year. Killing the fucking business. Goodbye and good night.